Stunned diners watched armed police swoop on Audi parked outside restaurant to catch driver with loaded Glock pistol and bullets hidden in a Tesco bag. Shocked diners at a busy Liverpool restaurant watched in horror as armed police moved in on a driver armed with a loaded Glock pistol and bullets. Police swooped in on the silver Audi in a high-profile sting operations in front of the Tavern on December 4 last year. Dave Price, a manager at the Tavern, said at the time, "It was quite a scary moment. Some of the customers were shocked and scared, some went behind their chairs as the guns were quite daunting. Others went straight to their phones, the cameras were out taking pictures." Officers were tracking the movement of Michael Rice, 25, and found him with a semi-automatic weapon, 4 magazines of ammunition and a firearm cleaning kit all hidden inside a Tesco bag. Covert operations carried out by police led to them finding Rice carrying a bag with the weapon out of the house of Sean Davenport, 28, in Toxteth, Liverpool. Rice, of Toxteth, pleaded guilty to possessing a prohibited weapon and possession of ammunition. Davenport denied charges of selling or transferring a prohibited firearm and possessing ammunition but was convicted by a jury on Monday. Police were tracking Rice's movements from 9 a.m. that day and eventually snared him just before 1 p.m., Henry Riding, prosecuting, said. At 11:46 am he took a call from Sean Davenport. That call lasted for just under 10 minutes. Mr. Davenport conceded that neither of them had the other's telephone number stored. The telephone billing evidence showed that that was the very first contact between them. Rice was seen entering the house empty-handed but then left with a Tesco carried bag. Riding said, when he returned he was carrying what turned out to be a Tesco carrier bag, which was clearly weighted, in his left hand, as he returned to the car and got into it. The court heard Rice was a passenger in the back of the car. Mr. Riding said, within 10 minutes the vehicle was detained by armed police officers in South Liverpool, in the busy thoroughfare of Smithdown Road. That incident was filmed by any number of members of the public. On the seat alongside Michael Rice there was a Tesco bag in which there was a Glock 9mm pistol with 4 bullets, a number of other magazines and a weapons cleaning kit. Michael Rice's fingerprints were found on the bag. So too were Sean Davenport's. The weapon, which had not been used in the country, was part of a haul of similar weapons brought into the UK from the US in 2010. Rice did not reveal what the gun was intended for, and it is not known if he was planning to use it himself or was entrusted to transport it. During his trial, Davenport claimed the pair had been friends for 10 years and Rice had sent him a message on Instagram asking for his number. William England, defending Davenport, admitted there were no excuses for possessing a loaded firearm but protested that his client had no previous firearms convictions. He said, "There is no suggestion this firearm has been used in the past in any crime, that must be a positive point to make on behalf of this defendant. For whatever reason, this was his first foray into firearms." Oliver Cook, defending Rice, said he had pleaded guilty in January, before evidence of him being observed by police was presented in court. Rice was sentenced to 6 years in jail and Davenport to 12 years by Judge N.L. Murray, who described their meeting as a business transaction. Judge Murray said, "It is clear to me that the two defendants were not friends but instead Michael Rice had been put in touch with Sean Davenport as someone who could supply him with a firearm. These are very serious offenses. This was a lethal weapon being supplied onto the streets of Liverpool and carried in a car. Gun crime is a serious problem in society. Too many firearms are available in Liverpool and too many used with devastating effects to the victim and the community in general. The protection of the public is the predominant consideration of the court and deterrent sentences are needed. Michael Rice has not disclosed his purpose in having this gun but having genuine firearms on the street can only lead to serious injury or death, whether in his hands or the hands of someone else. The case against 2 other males who were arrested in connection with the incident was discontinued.